Hey guys, I've got a replay for you. This is a clan battle we had recently with the clan that I am in, the MASSD, Massive Destruction. Don't ask me about the name. Uh, and this is against PRNA. I don't even know who they are, but this was a pretty clutch, interesting battle. Starts off a little slow, but eventually it goes up. So if you're not familiar with this year's clan season, there are tier 8 ships, 6 ships versus the normal 7 that you have. So a little bit more smaller group of ships, and then you also have probably less radar really available at tier 8 versus tier 10. But generally, Cleveland's and Baltimore's and Wichita's and things like that. Like in this game, for example, we've got the Baltimore as the only radar ship. But they do have 3 DDs in this, which we were starting to run into quite a few 3 DD things. We actually upped ours to 2 DDs, but I think 3 DDs might be a little bit overkill. Although saying that, we did play a team either shortly before this or shortly after that had all DDs in one battleship or one cruiser. And yeah, they pretty much mopped the floor with us. But yeah, that's the whole thing about all DDs. Sometimes you can do really well with them. Sometimes if we only had one radar ship. So see, if we'd had 3 radar ships, they probably would have been proverbially screwed. So this is the Sea of Hope map. I have that right? No, sorry, Sea of Fortune. Sorry, wrong sea. Uh, and this has the odd kind of overlapping A-B cap, it does make this map a little tricky in clan battles versus the standard kind of contested cap versus the 2 opposing caps, the caps that are opposite of each other. One of those caps is usually easy for the enemy team or your team to take as well as the enemy team, and then the other cap is the one kind of like C where everybody goes to. But this one's a little different. So I'm in the Bayard, which is the new French premium cruiser. I kind of swore off buying any more premium ships, and then I thought about clan season coming up, and boy, I could really use a good tier 8, kiting cruiser. So yeah, this was it. I've had some good games in it in random. Not so many great games in clan, although this will be probably one of my better performances, I think. Not in terms of damage or anything, just in terms of impact. But it's, like I said, kind of fun game to kind of watch, and we'll just talk about strategy and tactics here before the action starts, because clearly it's going to be a little while. Thanks for everybody by the way, for staying subscribed, and I've been fluttering around the same number for forever, so not like I'm trying to grow this channel or anything, but I appreciate the people who are still subscribed and watching my videos. Big thumbs up to you. If I could give you thumbs up, I would. Leave a comment and I'll give it a thumbs up. Anyways, this one, we've got another Bayard, my clanmate here, Monk, who's a very good clan player, although I think he might have been drinking a little bit on this tonight, so he's maybe his patterns are a little irregular. I haven't seen him back into a cap to cap before. This was a new strategy. I had not seen him do in a cruiser in a clan battle. But it works, so so I'm not going to be critical of anything that works. If it works, yeah, it was Jingles. However Jingles sayings goes. So we have most of our team going off to sea, the DDs, the Cleveland. We could have potentially seen a large push around this A side, where I'm going, but luckily for me, and that's why I'm kind of being wary here, ready to turn away and speeding up to my 42-ish knots. But yeah, waiting to be spotted here, essentially, because the concealment on this is actually pretty decent if you're not running the slot 6 rudder module the way I actually was when I first got the ship, but now I'm not. There's 9.6 concealment with the Bayern, so good. Very good for a cruiser that puts out this much fire. The thing about the Bayern is, 4 turrets, 3 guns, HE very potent, AP pretty potent. It is a very fragile ship, although you'll see, I think in this battle where I do take some shots from the enemy. Is it a Lenin? Yeah, a Lenin. And yeah, the ship does pretty well, actually. I was surprised. I can't remember if I got citadeled in this, or not that you technically know. I kind of wish they'd show you when you got citadeled, like they show the enemy player when he citadels you, but not you, that you've been citadeled. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So the Charles Martel is spotted, but he's moving away. And that turns out to be the only ship on this side, so they've gone heavy to the other side too. So our deployment is actually pretty balanced here. Their 2 of their DDs, actually all 3 of their DDs are C, but our 2 DDs are countered by their 2 DDs on the far flank there. The Cossack is eventually going to be able to cap C, but then again we've already had A for a while, so we've already got a little bit of a lead. I'm going to circle back here, or turn back, because I can see a potential opportunity to burn down this Baltimore if he can stay spotted, which I'm not sure. Monk is getting a bit blasted, a bit toasted, so he's pulling out of the cap and probably firing as he's going. I fire some torps through here just as a what if in case somebody does a dumb thing and pushes up like the Baltimore or the Martel. And the Lenin looks like he's kind of just hovering around there as BBs usually do in the center. So let's get some eyes on this Baltimore. There we go. Put out some HE on him. I don't immediately trigger the reload mod, or the reload for the guns, but I think I will here in a second, as soon as I am sure that I'm not the only one spotting him. Otherwise I'm going to have to back up, which at some point I think I do lose sight of him. So let's get to burning down. We just had one fire. It's our first fire of the game. And there's our second fire. Let's see if we can get a... I think he put those out. So we just got a perma-fire there. Although perma-fires on cruisers don't last too long, but it's going to hurt at least for a little while. And unfortunately, losing sight of him means those shots kind of just are miffed. But I'm going to back up, but then I see the Martel, so I'm like, I don't want to get flanked by this guy. I'm not sure. I throw some shots out here, thinking he's going to flank wide around, like the way he seems to be indicating he's going to. So I start to maneuver over here to get a little bit more protection, or just even spot him. But then he doesn't really show up, so yeah. We'll go around trying to support our other side. So at this point, they haven't yet capped C, but I think the Cossack is going to be coming back any moment now to try to get into C. And again, looking at maybe dropping some torps. I think I do, yeah, drop some torps there in case he charges around that corner. Baron is pretty speedy with a top speed, like I said, with the engine boost module up and running of, I think, around 42 knots, something like that. So very maneuverable, though. The rudder shift on this, if you run the slot, if you run all the rudder shift equipment mods available, you can get the rudder shift down to 4.4 seconds, which, well, as most of you know, is like DD level, or even like really good DD level rudder shift. Okay, there's the Lenin. Luckily, he's not aiming this way, so I think I can maybe get away with a few shots that didn't even get spotted on that one, but unfortunately, I was the only one spotting him, so... And we have the Cossack, who did just grab C. So I've been heavily into the game in clan battles for the last year or so, which is probably why you haven't seen me posting a lot of videos, because I really don't get the chance to, you know, do a lot video-wise anymore. We did get up to Typhoon a couple seasons ago. We didn't do it manage to do it last season, but we got to Typhoon the prior season. So we're hoping to do it again this year. This is a weird one. I threw off some HE shots. It's clearly in the cap. I thought maybe it was the Charles Martel on the other side, like in the west side of the A cap there. But nope, it turns out he's spotted in a little bit, not yet. But he's spotted away from the cap, so it's not him. So it must have been the Baltimore, like, trying to nose in, and maybe he thought I saw him? I don't know. I mean, I can't explain why he was capping and then suddenly he wasn't capping. Or maybe he started backing up when he realized I was close. Don't know. Clearly he thought he was vulnerable, so he got out. Trying to nail this Akazuki. I think his engines are out, and unfortunately I didn't realize that when I took those shots, but he repairs and quickly zooms ahead here, so none of these, unfortunately, I think are going to do it. So that reload boost was a bit of a waste. Save your reload boosts on this until they're really, really useful, until you know you're going to actually hit stuff. Would be what I would say. Oh, so Lenin does put some shots out at me. I'm thinking these are going to be bad, but they're so fast that he actually didn't just do enough lead there. So technically speaking, if I hadn't turned, I was moving fast enough that he would have just nipped the water behind me, but I didn't know that. Obviously, I thought he might have led enough. I couldn't tell from that angle. Alright, so here we are again. Back to going to this side. It gets more exciting from here, trust me. It's like, people are like, well, I hadn't seen much happen. You've only done 25,000. Yeah, it gets more exciting, trust me. So here's where I think, put up my hydro, thinking that maybe the Martel's lurking somewhere around in this area. And I thought, okay, so maybe he's there. But no, see, he's over there, down by the bottom of A. So unless he came over here, poked himself into A, and then withdrew, I don't know why he would have done that, because there was nothing over here. Of course, we're being radared by the Baltimore at this point. So I'm going to nose in, because I know that probably they obviously can see where I am, and two people are aiming at me. And I'm going to try to get some shots on this Baltimore. There he is. Pretty low, 7,500. Couple of good HE salvos here could do it. Could put him under. But see, if I'd had that reload boost, I probably could have killed him right here, and also backed around too far and then lost sight of him. So that was kind of a misplay. But we did set a fire. He's burning. He probably would have damage con that one, I'm guessing. Let's see if we can pick him up again. I think we do. He's damage con that fire. So we just need to set him on fire one more time probably and do some additional damage. And yes, we get our fire. I actually get 2 fires. So he's pretty much screwed. Put out some torps against this Lenin. Again, kind of wish I'd held those. There goes the Baltimore. And there's our first kill of this match. You know, normally in clan battles, kills are a 1, 2-ish, 3 maybe, that kind of thing. But, you don't get tons of kills usually in clan battle games because there's only 6 ships and your teammates generally are all like your skill level or better. So, like, some of these guys are better than me. We shot down the Martel's scouting plane. That was good, but it doesn't matter because he's got his hydro anyway, so I'm not even sure why he put the scouting plane up. I guess maybe he was worried about a DD or something out in front. There is an Akazuki over there. I'm really gambling with fate here, pulling back out, but I wanted to see this Martel. Now, he completely caught me by surprise because he was heading almost directly north, and somehow he managed to turn out and then turn back in to the point where he was nose in. Now, of course, I'm thinking here, I'm dead. He's got me. I mean, he's got torps. I don't have torps on this side. He's got torps. My torps are 20 seconds from loading. He can't possibly miss this torp drop. I mean, I think his angles are pretty good, so he could drop right now even. I'm trying to desperately knock out his torp launchers, but as you can see, whoosh, there they go. They're out. They're out. I think maybe he fired prematurely, thinking gotta get him off, but yeah, he completely missed all 3 of those. And luckily mine come online, so I'm not gonna miss. There we go. See, I promised you excitement. There was excitement. But it gets better. But not until the end. So, again, we'll have a little bit of a lull here. This isn't where we have 15, or actually 15 players for World of Tanks, but 12 players for this game. Not like we have 12 players and tons of stuff to shoot at. Although we do, we're getting quite a few shots here. Again, we're getting a little greedy, backing out, not thinking, hey, that Lenin's over there. I wonder where he is. Of course, nobody... At this point, the Yakuzuki hasn't come around that headland, so I really should have waited till he came around. Yeah, Lenin was spotted. But I take one shot over there just to kind of maybe even see if I get any hits, because to know if he's just kind of lurking there. And nope, he's not. So right now, we're doing pretty well. We've got 4 ships to their 3. We've got the point lead. Not what I would call a close match. I mean, we're doing fine. But we are... nope, now we're down to 3 ships, so we just lost the Cleveland. Cleveland was at really low health. So now it's even, and they're getting closer to us on point numbers. We are only holding A at this point, but we are capping B, I believe, with the Akazuki in the cap. The Akazuki... Manu, he does an interesting move here. I'm not sure if he wasn't spotted. No, he's spotted. But yeah, he gets in pretty close with his now 1,400 health, and clearly hoping that he's gonna out. Okay, now he's 125. I'm not sure how fast the turret rotation is on the Russian battleships at this tier. I know on my Kremlin I would have already been able to turn my guns and fire if I'd been loaded anyways. And he does fire at me here, so I'm again thinking, okay, I'm dead. But no, overpens. Thankfully, overpens. So we're gonna get the flock out of this area, and hopefully Manu can torpedo the Lenin, which you'll see them in a second go out as a little white you know, friendlies. If I turn, at this point, I'm trying to get close enough to the Lenin to assist with his aiming, but he just took a guess, I guess, because he doesn't see the Lenin at this point, because I can't see him, he can't see him. And they exchange. I think he took a blind shot into the smoke. And so the Aki and the Lenin exchange. That leaves us with me on precariously low health, and our Alabama reasonable health level, but against 2 DDs. So, you know, in Clan, a battleship versus DDs, it's going to be the DDs that win almost all the time, unless the destroyer players are just, you know, potatoes. And these guys weren't potatoes, even though maybe their Martel was a little potatoish, but but the rest of them played pretty well this whole game. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get into B since we actually didn't finish the B cap. And we haven't had, those are pretty old spots on both the Cossack and the Akazuki, I believe, so we haven't seen them for a little while. So we really don't know where they are. And again, the issue with not having a radar ship at this point is that DDs can really just stay out of your, you know, out of their detection range and do whatever they want. Especially in terms of torpedoes, so that's the biggest problem. And I've only got 20 seconds of hydro left, so that's going to leave me very vulnerable. You can see a set of torpedoes that's gone out towards the Alabama, and I believe he doesn't take any of those. Yeah, they die. They die right before they reach him. He's been backing off, and we're telling him basically at this point to flee. So you're going to see him basically try to move. We know that they need to interrupt our AB cap because of the point differential, or sink him. So either they're going to go after him and they'll lose on points. But oh wait. There's the Cossack. So quickly, we're going to get our guns on, our forward guns, because we didn't have time to get our rear guns on. Anyway. And then activate our reload boost. And with the reload boost on, it's basically these guns firing twice as fast as they normally fire. So we got by with the skin of our teeth there with 1,400 health left. And now it's just a matter of trying to guess where the Akazuki is going to come from. So, and finish the B cap. So we're going to finish the B cap. And then we're probably also going to get the flock out of here because I do not want a DD coming around one of these corners super fast and just, you know, doing me in with AP in a broadside. And I desperately want my hydro back, which is only like 55 seconds away. I thought about taking some torp shots here, but I decided to hold them just in case I need them for close range. Like if he comes around the corner right now, obviously they'd be more valuable. Because, you know, I only have to kill the Akazuki, basically, or the Alabama only has to kill the Akazuki at this point to win the game. And we're 200 points ahead, so it's not like it's super close. But if I were to die, and the Akazuki were able to get in here into AB and take and force both A and B at the same time, there's no way the Alabama's getting back. So this was a game decision-y, you know, whatever, crucial moment. Obviously, I could have tried to stay in the cap and just hold it that way, but again, I felt like some distance and some mobility. He knew exactly where I was before, so I didn't want to be in the exact same position whenever he disclosed himself. So this was just basically trying to reposition and take him by surprise rather than him taking me by surprise. And obviously, I'm thinking maybe he's coming from around that headland there, but then I'm shifting back and forth because I really don't know. Waiting for that exclamation point to go off. Waiting, and maybe turning out a little too much here because in a few, yep, there it is. So he sees me, and he's going to fire. Yep, there's him firing. He's fired HE at me. I get one salvo off. He kills me, but I kill him in return. So, yay! So that was a pretty clutch game. Hope you liked it.